as a market partner, as a VIP, that kind of thing. If you are a guest on this call, we're going to do a giveaway of some Rejuva beads, and I'll explain a little bit about that, what this is. But just, you can write in the comments, in the chat, you can write who you are a guest of. That would be great. I'm going to try to put, oh, it's going to be frozen music coming on now. Never mind. Alrighty, okay, and so I guess I'll kind of give like a little background as people are coming in, just kind of how this call came to be. A year ago, I was myself, I'm a dental hygienist, I'm not a hairstylist, but I was super nervous to be able to like share about this and do a team thing. It was easy for me to sell products because I love the product so much. But doing like the team thing and being able to share with the opportunity was really scary for me. And I just so happened to know somebody who's a hairstylist, and there was this amazing hairstylist call that was coming on. And when there are hairstylists in this business, it really brings like this, you know, this prestigious professional value to these products. And because a lot of the stylists are able to use them right there in the chair every single day. Us as market partners, we use them on ourselves, on our families, on our, like, you know, and get to share them with our friends. As a stylist, you're using them on your clients, and people are coming to you, and, you know, you're getting to show the value right there in your chair. So it's like really extra special that you get to like share your point of view and how you're using in the, like in the chair and like in your business. So also there's always like a lot of questions that come along with Monat. Monat has grown so big, so fast. And that can come with a lot of I guess just gossip and different things. And it's really important to educate people on why this company, you know, and the products are the way that they are, and why hairstylists, you know, are so excited to be a part of this opportunity and to be able to share them with, you know, their customers, and to be able to like grow big, beautiful teams with them. So we have a wide range of hairstylists on here, and like all different backgrounds and experience, just in the professional world as well as like with Monat. So if you guys wouldn't mind just kind of starting, just in order, Kayla, if you want to start just to kind of give like a little background on yourself, that would be great.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Hi guys, my name is Kayla, and I live in Kingston, Ontario, and I've been a hairstylist for 17 years. And I'm currently on mat leave. So this business has kind of just kept me connected with my clients while I am not working behind the chair. And I specialize in coloring. Yeah, I just opened up a home-based salon last year before I was pregnant. And I've been using these products exclusively in my chair ever since. And yeah, they're pretty amazing, and my clients are loving them.
Carly, if you want to hop on.
Unmute. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Sorry. I'm so excited to be sitting at the table with all these amazing women. I'm like so inspired by them all. I am Carly. I'm a wife. I am a boy mom of 2 little ones. I started in the industry 26 years ago, but I've been working behind the chair for 22 years. I started working in a hair salon when I was 13 years old, and it's all I've ever done. So right now my work-life balance is 2 days in salon and 2 days at home. I started with Monat 17 months ago. I was actually pretty hesitant about it, pretty closed off about it when I heard about it 4 years ago. And then I started using the skincare, and as a VIP, I was getting all of the Only For You products. So secretly started to use the hair care. And then the pandemic hit. That's when I dove into the business. I had to pivot very quickly when the pandemic hit, because our industry got annihilated and shut down multiple times. And so I realized at that point the potential that this business it has for stylists, but also this business model. I was in a place where, as a commissioned stylist, that if I don't have my hands in hair, I don't make any money. So and to this day, like our industry has changed a lot. Being at the hair salon has changed a lot. There's not as many stylists behind the chair. We're not able to double book in the salon anymore. Clients aren't coming in as frequent. And that's what I love about Monat, is that no one can take my business away from me. No one can shut me down now. And so that's why it has been such a great decision for me. Being a good part of someone's day is so important to most of us as hairstylists. And so regardless if they are in your chair or not, you can still be such a good part of their day, because their products show up and it's going to change their hair and their skin, and they think of you. So that's why this is so great, because you still have that retention with your clients, even if they're not in your chair. So the residual income has become very important to me. There's no ceiling or cap on how much you can make in this business, but after 26 years of doing hair, my body has shut down. My wrists, my back, my neck, you know, everything, my shoulders, everything hurts. And I got to a place where I've always been really scared to do things like ice skating. Like, I'm a Canadian girl. I've never ice skated before because I was scared if I fell and broke my wrist, I would not be able to work for 6 weeks. Can't afford to do that. And so now that I have Monat, I started ice skating this year. I learned with my kids how to ice skate because I'm not scared to hurt myself anymore. I have a backup plan. So it's been incredible for my family. You know, I won't be able to do this for another 15 or 20 years. So this has become my retirement plan. My husband and I don't have pensions. So this is something that I can leave to my kid, and I can prepare myself for retirement. So basically Monat has become my future. So I'm really excited. And Molly G's up next.
Hey guys, I'm Molly G. I am actually probably the one and only on this call speaking tonight from the United States. I'm in Madison, Mississippi, which is a suburb of our capital, Jackson. And I have been a hairstylist for almost 8 years. I've been a salon owner for 5 years. I have a salon of 10 stations, and probably about 60% of us are market partners. I keep it as an option to my stylist. And I'm married. I have 2 little girls that are 2 and 4. So hopefully they don't pop in any moment. So yeah, I've been with Monat for, it'll be 2 years coming on in April now. So it's been so much fun. It's really added to the business, just like what what Carly said, that, you know, no one can take this away from me. So I'm so thankful to have it as part of something to offer for my clients. So Danny, you can take it from here.
Hi, everyone. My name is Danielle Konjolka. I am a hairstylist of almost 20 years. I'm going on 20 years this year, which is crazy. And I'm also a mom and a wife. I have 2 beautiful girls, and I've been with Monat for 5.5 years now. So crazy, crazy. Time has blown by. And back when this opportunity was presented to me, I didn't want anything to do with it. My younger sister actually started using the products, and I started seeing her posting on social media about them. And I was like, what the heck is she doing? She is not selling hair care. I'm the hairdresser. And so I couldn't help but watch her. She's my little sister. And I did notice her hair was looking shinier and healthier, and it made me take notice. So I kind of reached out to her and was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you using? And so she started telling me about it. And I was a little bit intrigued because at the time I was sort of on the search. Couldn't stick to one product line. I was like dabbling in like 5 different ones that I had on my shelf. At the time I was working from home. I kind of dabble in and out of my house. I do love having a home salon, but I also am a suite renter as well. So every couple of years I tend to move my salon out of my house and go work somewhere else. And I always end up back home. But yeah, I just saw her using the products and I was curious. I was like, you know what, let me try them. So I watched her for about 3 months, and then I managed to try them after a couple months. And once I tried them, I feel like that's what you have to do, is you have to try the products. You can't prejudge. You have to just try them, because it was when I tried them, and I tried the Rejuvenique oil, and I think it was the Renew shampoo and Revitalize conditioner, and I was sold. I was like, my hair feels so shiny and so healthy. And at the time I had like dry, broken hair from over processing, and then, you know, lightening and going dark and lightening again, like us hairdressers like to do. And I noticed that shine and manageability right away. And I was like, maybe I should look into this stuff. So at the time I was working like 6 days a week and about 10-hour days, and it was really starting to wear on me. I just didn't know if I could continue doing that forever, but I really didn't have a way out. I didn't know how else to earn an income. I had kind of dabbled in other direct sales. You know, I was doing like some epicure with spices. I had kind of tried to sell some makeup, but nothing ever stuck. And so the fact of having a direct selling company for me that actually was all about hair care was just sort of like a natural thing. I didn't know it was a thing because it was fairly new at the time, but yeah, I decided to join her. And by Christmas, it was about 4 months into my business once I actually was like talking to people about it, using it on myself, and I saw my own personal results. I started matching what I was making behind the chair full time, working 6 days a week. And that's when I really started to take the business seriously. And I realized this was something that could potentially change mine and my family's life. And at the time we were waiting to adopt our youngest daughter. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to work the way that I was. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to keep working, 10-hour days, 6 days a week. I was going to need time back in my life. And that's essentially what Monat did for me, is it created time back in my life. I was able to cut back on my hours behind the chair. I now work 2 days a week. I just finished work about an hour ago, actually. I absolutely am so passionate about making women and men feel confident about themselves and beautiful and just good in their own skin. But this is another way that I can add that on to them, right? And it's just like, it's opened up my network to so many people. I'm a connector. I love connecting with new people. I'm friendly, I'm open. And this is just a way that I've been able to connect with so many more people. So I'm so appreciative that my sister started talking about it, and she was brave enough to put herself out there with a stubborn-headed hairstylist sister like me. And I'm glad that I took that chance on myself, because it's literally changed the path of my life. And I've earned so many trips, and I have the Cadillac, and I do all of that, but mostly I do it because of the time that it's given me back in my life. And, was able to transition my youngest into our family. And I was making money when I was sleeping. I was making money when I wasn't standing behind the chair. And that's been the biggest thing for me. So I'm going to pass you guys on to Cami now, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her story.
Hello, my name is Cami, and I've been a stylist for just under 10 years, and I specialize in hair extensions. I live in Calgary, same place as Carly. And as she mentioned, the pandemic has been tough, right? We're closed down. I have my salon in my home, and that's, been one of the biggest issues so far is we are very much stuck when we need to close down. You don't have a way of making income. I started with Monat about 6 years ago in March, and I started because most people in my chair have hair issues. They're coming to me because they want to fix something about their hair. They want it longer, they want it stronger, they want it thicker. And I've had various products on my shelves over the years. But I was really curious about Monat, and I thought, it sounds like this might be a good one. It sounds like it covers a couple different things. I'm going to put it on my shelf. I never ever thought that it actually would turn into something that it has to today. I am a mom of 3-year-old twins, and to be honest, Monat has completely flipped my life upside down, but in a good way. Time freedom is something that I really discovered I needed once I had my twins. And when you have your salon in your home, there's a lot of different advantages to it. But when your kids are young and they can't go to day home and they can't do everything, the balance has been really tough for me. And I think a lot of stylists would all agree with that. And Monat has allowed me to step away from the chair and rely on that income. And, I just actually flew back in from Mexico late last night. And that's exactly why I love this business, is the time freedom. I can make my own schedule. I'm not tied to my chair. If I don't have people in my chair, I don't make money. And what I loved was exactly what Danny had said and Carly had said, is you can earn money without relying on someone physically in your chair. And it's literally given me the keys back to my life when my children are small. So I've been able to go to, take them to preschool. I've been able to take half days, create my own schedule. And that's been the biggest takeaway from me for this business. I'm going to pass you guys on to Jess here.
Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for asking me to come on here. I love listening to you guys. I don't know everybody, and it's so exciting to hear the stories and the backgrounds. I really enjoy that. So for me, I have a really weird relationship with doing hair because I've always been a huge fan of hair. Even as a child, I grew up with, my aunts and my grandmothers being stylists, like literally pretty much my entire family were hairstylists. So I've been around it since I was literally a tiny little baby. So I always enjoyed hair. I love the beauty industry in general. But the thing is when I actually went to school for it and I was really good at it, I never had an issue. I was the teacher's favorite. I even got a job. The minute I graduated, I got a job with my teacher at my teacher's salon. And that was back in 2009. I didn't even count the years. I don't even want to know how long this has been because it's scaring me to see how fast time's going. So don't tell me. But I graduated hair school in 2009. And I worked, the minute I got out of school, I went to work and I right away hated it. I hated it. Like, I'm so sorry to say that because I know a lot of people are passionate about that job. And I love hair and I loved helping people and I love, everything that had to do with it. But when it came down to being behind the chair and doing the actual work, I was so anxious every day of my life going to work. And I think it's because I didn't have a great experience. Like the teacher that I had was amazing, but in her salon as a boss, she was actually really not good at all. She was scary. She was mean. She just wasn't my type of person at all. And so it gave me a really bad vibe instantly. So I, jumped to a different salon, started working for somebody else, which was really a better experience as a person. She was awesome. And the vibe was great, but I still couldn't shake that weird, anxious feeling I was getting. But I still worked for a few years and then thought maybe I need to just do my own thing. So I had my own salon for a while and people were working with me for me. I thought maybe that would be better. But then I became a mom. And I realized that it just didn't work because I was gone all the time. I worked crazy hours, but I worked hours that just didn't suit the family time because I literally had to work evenings. My husband would be at work all day. So when he would come home, like we live in a very small area, so there's no daycare here. So I couldn't put my kids in daycare in the day. So I had to be home all day with the kids. And then my husband would come home at 5 and I would go down to the salon and work all evening. I would miss bedtime. I would miss supper. Weekends, I would miss every weekend. So anytime that my husband was home, I would miss that time with him. And then I would just not be around. I hated that. I was like, that's not it for me. Like I'm very independent. So I always wanted to make my own money. So I thought, what am I going to do if I want my own money, but I don't want to miss all that time with my children growing up? Like, what's my options? And I quickly realized that as ambitious as I was, and I am, doing hair by itself wasn't ever going to give me the life I wanted. It was never going to give me the life I desired. It's that simple. There is no way I could have physically spent that much time in the salon to make enough money to be living the life I want my children to live, I want to live, and being present at the same time. The math doesn't add up. So it's like, I realized, wow, I hate this so much. And I simply started Monat because I loved the product. So it wasn't even about like a new business venture at first. I didn't even know what was going to come out of this. I had no idea how anything worked, but I used the products and I fell in love. And then somebody was like, you're using it, you love it, like do this with me. And I was kind of like, why not? If it helped me, it probably will help other people. But then it started and I fell in love with the entire process. I was like, wow, this is it. Like, this gives me the chance to work with the people that the part that I enjoyed about hair was the people I would get to meet and helping them and like figuring out, what they needed for their hair and everything. But I got to do this now with Monat, but not actually physically be behind the chair. So quickly I was taking no clients. I was like, no, I can't that day. No, I can't today. No, I can't tomorrow. And I was obsessed with the work, like Monat. And so I said to my husband, I was like, I am going to go all in with this. If with me, I'm going for it. And I'm not going to be doing hair anymore. So literally, I signed up with Monat February 2017. It will be 5 years next month. Best decision I've ever made for me and my family. It's that simple. It is just the best decision that I've ever made. And I went for it and I didn't go back behind the chair since. And I probably never will, because now I understand that I actually am a business person and I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that until I tried Monat, So I learned so much about myself throughout the process, but truthfully for me, it was time. It was just, it did not make sense. Doing hair did not make sense. Although I loved going through the school part of it and learning all the things and having, the contact with the people and all that, it just behind the chair wasn't for me. So this job suits my needs and my family's needs so much more. And I really am so grateful for it. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I have no idea who's next, who's supposed to be talking, but you go ahead.
Just gonna unmute myself here. No, that was amazing. Thank you guys so much. It's really cool because even as I know quite a lot of you, like, you hear just different things that that I've never heard before. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. And the dynamics, right? All the different things, like, yeah, all along the way. Very cool. So next we'll start with the questions. So each of the stylists have a couple questions. They're kind of back to back. So if you guys don't mind, so Kayla, you can start and just kind of say your question and then answer it. And yeah, we can just kind of hop along.
Wow, those intros were really awesome, girls. I haven't met most of you, so it was really awesome to hear all your backgrounds. I kind of kept mine really short, but there's a reason for that. So my question was, does Monat make your hair fall out? In short, no. A topical non-medicated shampoo is not going to make your hair fall out. So I'm going to go into actually a little bit of the science part of hair growth. And we have 3 hair growth processes, anagen being first, and then we have catagen, and then we have telogen. So anagen is basically the stage that we're in, and this is the optimal hair growth stage, and that goes anywhere between 2 and 6 years. So anyways, around 80 to 90% of your hair is always going to be in an anagen phase. Okay, and then this obviously will differentiate between people depending on their genetics. So then at that point, after it's been in that phase, you're going to then go into catagen, and this is a short transition period. And actually interesting because a lot of women will use Monat and complain, well, my hair started to fall out. It could just be coincidental that your hair is in that catagen phase. And so this phase is when your hair will detach from the blood supply, and it will last anywhere between 2 and 3 weeks. And actually my hair did this. And so I wasn't like super alarmed by it, but it's just interesting. Like after I've done some research that I'm like, yeah, you know what? I remember when my hair did that. And then it just stopped. So obviously I was in that cycle of, shedding hair. And, we do shed anywhere between 50 and 100 hairs a day. So anyways, if you're a person who washes your hair once a week, then, you're going to lose a butt pile of hair. And it can be very alarming and very scary. So then afterwards, after we're in this catagen phase, which is very short, then we go into and then once that hair is released, the hair follicle is in a resting phase for about 3 months. And then at that point, the hair follicle will go back into an anagen phase, and then the cycle repeats itself. So anyways, it's just kind of like a quick little breakdown of the hair cycles. But other factors for hair loss would include any type of medication that you're on. Do you have a vitamin deficiency? I always tell, like, if I've got a client in the chair and they're asking about any of these, like my hair isn't as healthy, I find it dull and brittle, I find that I'm losing hair. Anyways, I am not a doctor. So I will always say, like, when was the last time you had blood work done? You know, because again, like, you might be deficient in something. But anyways, so just to give you kind of a little background on what's going on with me right now is that I just had twins 3 months ago. So I'm dealing with postpartum loss right now, and I'm shedding. And that's very, very normal because we go through like such a huge hormonal change, like being pregnant to not being pregnant. And, you know, my hair did that after I had my daughter 3 years ago. And then, you know, I don't know if it's just like the extra hormones having had twins, like I'm definitely noticing the hair loss a lot more this time, but I know that that will slow down as my hormones start to regulate itself. And also, I also had a hysterectomy 5 weeks ago because I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. So anyways, but on a good note that I'm cancer free, and so they've gotten it all, and that's amazing. But my body's been through so much trauma in the last, 3 months. So, it's expected that your hair is going to wreak havoc with the loss. So, we just have to keep in mind, that, stress plays a huge factor, and any autoimmune issue also will contribute to hair loss as well. So, so many different factors, but no, Monat hair products are not going to make your hair fall out. And I'm going to end it on that. But my next question that I'm asked to read about was what makes these products different. So I've whenever I was reached out by Courtney about these products, I was kind of in a weird point. I was transitioning from being in a salon with a team to a home-based salon. And I knew that I wanted to bring in a new retail line, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted. So it was just kind of perfect timing that she reached out to me because I hadn't made a decision yet. And I was really intrigued about the product line because they were plant-based, they were natural, and they were meant to perform. So I said, I've got so many clients that have like so many scalp and hair issues. And I'm like, you know what, why not? I'll give them a go on myself. And you know what, I can be a true, advocate or a person who can just give their honest opinion about the products. I'm not just going to sell something off the shelf without trying them. So anyways, literally after my first wash, I was sold. My hair felt weightless. The texture even felt different even after a couple of washes. So, I just couldn't shut up about them. And so anyways, it kind of just took off from there. And so anyways, they are science-based products and again, meant to perform. And I think what I love about them is that they're like a less invasive way of treating, scalp and hair issues without going down the medication route. And so anyways, with that, we also have a panel of stylists. We have trichologist specialists, which are people who specialize in hair and scalp treatment. And they basically just make sure that we're getting the best of the best in the products. And, I love that, because I never took the time over the years to really get to know the things that were in my products. I was so busy working behind the chair, like all of you guys, working the grind, being at the salon for 12 hours a day, just doing the do. And, I really love this part of my job where I'm actually feeling more educated in what I'm selling. It wasn't like just pulling a product off the shelf and being like, yeah, you should go with this one because it's for volume. It's like, no, I actually know now what's in these products and, how they can help someone. So anyways, yeah, I feel like that's what's different about them. So I guess, is it Carly next?
Hey, I think it's me next, Molly G. And just to kind of piggyback what you said, right now, currently, I am like in my bedroom because I have COVID. And so like, I'm interested to see, will I have that COVID shed that we keep hearing about, over the next 6 months? Who knows? We'll see. But it'll be something I can share. It's one more effect of hair loss and hair shed. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room of the lawsuits. And so, yes, Monat has had a handful of lawsuits. Thankfully, when I've looked these up, we've never settled, and we never paid out, and we've never lost any. So there are a few that are still ongoing and open, but it's part of the growing pains of any business that's become, a billion-dollar business in the industry, and in such a short amount of time. And if you look at them, when they started, it was when Monat was at its like height. 2017, we were booming. 2018, more were coming out, and you got to think about, you know, education and knowledge is power. And I feel like the more we can educate all of our market partners on how to share the products, and different things like that, we will have less, unhappy customers. So that's one side of it. But also, Monat's never had to settle because we've never actually fully done anything wrong. And we've been able to prove that in court. So when you think about lawsuits and how scary they can be, the ones that we've had are class action lawsuits. So that means a group of civilians can come together for civil court and form a lawsuit against a company. And these can go on for years, and that's when usually companies will just pay money to get them to go away. Well, we've let them ride out as long as they need to, because like I said, we can prove with our panel of scientific boards and our third party studies and all the things that we've done to help support our cause. And also, as hairstylists, we know that people can do some really weird things to their hair at home, or they can come to your chair and they can not give you the history on their hair. And it's like bleach blonde with box dye with red on top and all the different things that they can have. And then, they leave your salon, and even if you highlight their hair and a week later it can start breaking off, and that's mainly because of like all the different things done, or the things they do at home, or they have something internally going on. There's so many different reasons that we talked about. And so of course, we kind of live in an age where lawsuits are very common. So that's all I'm going to really say about that. And I also will add on that, if you were to look up Monat and our business model, and also, the other multi-billion-dollar industry of hair care and beauty, and you've got this top 7 conglomerates that pretty much own everything, and we've gone against the grain, and like I said, that really ruffles feathers, that causes pushback. We've taken a big chunk out of an industry, money out of an industry, and it's gonna cause a little bit of tough water. But I firmly believe that anything that we do is worth writing out if we fully believe in it. And all of us hairstylists would say that we fully and completely believe in Monat and how it helps, and the ingredients that is in the products. So I'm going to turn it over to the next person.
Okay, that's me. So my question was, can your hair get worse when starting Monat? So just to kind of piggyback a little bit about what Molly said, I guess I just want to say, can your hair get worse when starting Monat? Well, what were you using previously? Were you getting your products from Walmart or Target, or, like anything with silicones and waxes and stuff that's going to build up on your hair? Because if so, it's going to take a while to work that off of your hair strand and off of your scalp, right? So yeah, that would be the question that I would ask, is like, what have you been using on your hair? Because it might take a little while to get that buildup off of your hair. So we always say, and I know I always say, give Monat 90 days to do the work that it needs to do, meaning remove all of that buildup, get it all off your hair shaft, and be able to restore that strength and that nourishment back into your scalp and on into your hair again. So I just want to explain a little bit of what I mean by give it 90 days. Sometimes people will experience a little bit of a transition when you're switching to a new product line, just like you would if you were to switch your skincare completely, or, you know, anything else that you happen to be using for self-care and for body care. So month 1, your hair and scalp begin to assimilate Monat's active ingredients. Okay, so most people in the first month of switching to Monat products, you're going to already find better overall texture as the products begin to penetrate into your hair and into your scalp. You're also going to get improved circulation from powerful actives that are energizing the hair and the scalp. You're going to also probably find that you have reduction in tangling. So your hair is going to feel less tangly. It's not going to be as knotty. And your hair is going to feel softer. I think we all heard from everybody when they first tried Monat, their hair was already softer and shinier, right? You're also maybe going to start to feel some little pricklies coming out of your scalp. That could possibly be new growth coming in. But when you first switch over, some people experience excess oiliness of the scalp, okay, as the pH balance of your scalp starts to normalize. Some people also might feel like they're getting a little bit of extra flakiness or dryness on their scalp, again, as those products are being removed. Maybe a little bit of itching as those follicles are being cleaned out, okay? And then in month 2 is kind of like the recovering. Okay. And again, this is not everybody. Some people love it right away. Other people, it takes a little while to love. So month 2, your hair and scalp are becoming healthier and less sensitive to outside influences. Most people experience increased volume due to that buildup being removed off of your hair shaft and off of your scalp. So your hair is going to feel thicker. It's going to be bouncier, and you're going to find increased control. Your oils are going to start balancing out on your scalp. So maybe it won't be quite as oily as what it was feeling before. I don't know if you guys have ever used like the products that you get in drugstores or even some professional salon brands that have heavy sulfates and parabens and waxes and silicones in them, but it feels really heavy. You can literally feel it on the hair shaft. As a matter of fact, if you guys have never seen, there's a couple videos out there. Maybe the person that invited you to this call can share with you, but there's a couple videos of, you know, using your scissors and scraping that buildup off of your hair when you're using products that are not the best for your hair, okay? Again, that second month, you're gonna notice fewer tangles, more shine. And then month 3 is when you're stabilizing, okay? So we go from transition to recovering to stabilizing. Most people will notice huge results by month 3. Your hair and scalp are returning to a more natural state. So your natural hair, okay? No more buildup on your hair, just your natural hair. And most of those issues have all but vanished. So improved overall volume, that plump, you know, density that you're feeling, you're probably going to start seeing some new growth. If those follicles were just weak and that hair started to grow back in, you're going to definitely be noticing some regrowth by month 3. Improved manageability, and just like the strength of your hair is definitely going to be there. So that might be, like I said, it might take 90 days, but most people notice right away. They notice a big difference in their hair. The next question I have is, why would my hairstylist want to stop me from using Monat? Okay, we're all hairstylists here. I'm sure, of course, I got the hard question, right? But I know for me, I experienced this firsthand because, like I said, my little sister started selling Monat and I was like, what the heck are you doing? I'm the hairdresser. You do not sell hair care. Stick to your LPN career, your nursing career. Let me do the hair, okay? So when I first heard about it, of course, I was like, what are you doing? But what I then realized was that Monat is a really relatively new company in the beauty industry, and it really has penetrated the market like a rocket, right? So like when new things come onto the scene and hairdressers aren't used to things being done a certain way, we right away go to like the bad. Right? So I had to kind of look past that and just realize like, hey, if she's liking the products, I'm seeing the difference in her hair, I have to trust her opinion, right? So your hairstylist also probably has a shelf full of products in their salon or in their suite that they want you to buy from them, right? Because a lot of hairstylists, we have to purchase inventory every single month. We have to fill up our shelves. You know, if you're with a certain product line, you got to buy a certain amount a month and you got to be able to sell it to replenish your stock for the next month. So they might already have a product line that they love that, of course, they want you to purchase those products from them. Makes sense, right? Also, hairstylists are very used to getting our products from our product reps. And so I want you guys to know, this is something that I don't know if everybody here knows, but not all product reps are hairstylists. As a matter of fact, a lot of our product reps that come to us in salons are sales representatives that work for these distribution centers that retail products to hairstylists. They've done some training, but they are by no means hairstylists that have gone to hair school for a year like we had to do, an apprentice and learn all about hair and the scalp and all of that. So that's another reason. I've got a lot of reasons, you guys. This is just a few of them. And I also want you guys to know, I got to go back to my question again, because why would my hairstylist want to stop me from using Monat? I feel like a lot of it is hearsay too. Maybe they've heard from their mom's cousin's sister's brother that their cousin's hair fell out, you know, or they lost hair because of Monat. They heard something from the internet. They Googled something, whatever the case is. They didn't try the products for themselves, and so they didn't give it a fair chance. And that's really what I want to reiterate with everyone is, like, don't knock it till you try it, because it wasn't until I actually personally tried these products and gave them a chance to work that I realized the golden nugget that I had in the palm of my hand and what it could do for my hair that was dry and broken to it now that it's like shiny and the longest I've ever had my hair. Like I had to give it a chance. So I really feel like that's a big one. So, you know, my advice is do your own research, find some before and after pictures, ask the person that's talking to you for some before and after photos, and know that we have our whole scientific advisory board backing us up. They're, you know, they're the ones who develop and back all of our products, create the formulations. And then of course we've got our clinical studies as well. So a lot of reasons why you should look into Monat. And yeah, of course your hairdresser is going to want you to buy products from them because they've got products to sell you too. So I totally understand that. But sometimes those products that they sell you, let's face it, they end up in your product graveyard under your bathroom sink and they don't perform. So I love that Monat products are naturally plant-based, they're science-backed, and they actually perform. Now I am going to pass you on to Jess.
Awesome. I'm going to add something to that. I love that question. I actually also wanted that question, but it's great. Everything you said is so true. But also I feel like sometimes as a hairstylist, it's a hard industry. And sometimes it can feel like you're looked down on. Because like, do you ever hear, I don't know, for me, I felt like a lot of people sometimes would ask me like to charge them less, or it's almost as if they felt like my work wasn't as good as their work, or I don't know, there was this like weird feeling like people were looking down on this profession. And so when somebody comes in and they're selling products, and we're taught this in school. Like, actually, I remember my teacher saying, you can literally go get 40% of your salary with selling products. So, which I was never good at before Monat, guys. I never even sold one shampoo. I don't think. I was terrible at it. But when people come in and you're looking at these people selling products online and they're doing well and they look happy. They look like they love what they're doing and they're selling products, and you're looking at them and you're like, no. Like, people are already looking at my industry as if I'm not good enough. And now you're taking my job. Like, this is mine. This is my thing. You're not going to come in and you're not even a stylist and do the thing I'm supposed to be doing. So I feel like it's almost like a sense of loss at some point. Like, it's a weird way to see things, because stylists could really easily just be part of it and you know, enjoy the business. But at first I think it's just a little bit of a slap. But when people learn about it and see that the products are that awesome, I think it's easier to see different and to feel different about it. But yeah, I just wanted to add this because I just feel like that's one of the reasons why. So my question is this an MLM scam? And I'm like, I don't know, is it a scam? No, I'm just kidding. MLM and scam do not go together. Those are not things that go together. MLM is a multi-level marketing. It's just a way of marketing your products. And I think people they see level and they automatically think, oh, it's a pyramid. It's a pyramid scheme. It's one of those scams. And I think it comes from just not knowing at all what it really is, not really understanding what the industry is. And I feel like I was even like that when I started, in a sense where I just knew nothing about it. I didn't have a negative opinion, but I know a lot of people do. But it comes from just not being educated about the whole thing and understanding what the actual business model is. And for me, now it makes sense. Like, if you look at a pyramid scheme, it doesn't include any products at all. There's literally no products to be offered. It's kind of like selling a dream. You're selling a service and the person automatically makes money off of what the dream you're selling, but there's no products involved. We're just making commission off of products that we're selling, products that we love and we're using. And I think those are two different things. But I think in that way, just educating the people on like what multi-level marketing is and what we actually do, and that there's just multiple ways to get paid with Monat as well, which I think people don't really know. People think that you have to build a team and you're making money off of other people, where it's not like that at all. You actually have 10 ways to make money, and some of those ways are simply by making commission on the products that you sell. But stylists do that too in their salon. When they have inventory, they also sell products and make a commission off of what you buy. So there's really no difference. It's just that you're marketing your products online instead of on your shelf. That's it. That's the only difference. And so just like teaching people the difference between those two. And for me, it's so crazy, because when I heard about it, I never once saw this as a negative thing or like thought, oh, it's a multi-level thing. It's oh my God, this is so bad. Because even as a stylist, the way my job worked at some point, it was more of a pyramid than what I'm doing right now, because I worked in a salon and I got paid hourly. The first salon I worked at, I was paid hourly, and I think I was paid maybe $12 or $13 an hour, when my services cost a lot more money than that per hour. But the salon owner was making the money that came from my service and was paying me a small portion of that hourly. I could have seen that as like, oh, it's a pyramid scheme because this person is just like, I'm doing the service and she's collecting money. But I never saw it like that, because that's not what we're taught. It's like that, yeah, for sure she's making more. She's the salon owner. So I think people don't understand that you could see any corporate job or any business in a pyramid way. It's just it's easy to attack our industry because it's different, and because I think it comes from so long ago, like years and years ago, where there was an industry of pyramid scheme where people got scammed, and somehow it's stuck, and people now associate the two with multi-level marketing, which is two different things. And then my other question was, if anyone can sell Monat, how are stylists supposed to sell them as professional products? And again, I think professional products can be like, it's like an overrated word. I don't think you could literally ask most stylists what a professional product is. And I think a lot of people don't even know. They couldn't tell you what really makes a professional product a professional product. And originally it was because you could only buy those products from a stylist or whatever. Like it was a professional product because you could only buy it from them, which this has changed so much over the years. You can really get any professional products anywhere on the shelf. You can even get professional products at Winners, guys. Like for real, you can get professional products anywhere. So the term professional products it means nothing anymore. It just stuck because it sounds good, because it's easier to sell. Again, we are told from the day, like when we go to school, we are told we're not actually taught about products that much. If you guys didn't know that, we are not taught about products when we go to school. I went to school for 11 months, every single day from 8 to 5. And I had one morning of learning about hair care products, and we didn't learn about what ingredients should be in products and what could cause what and what was bad, what was good. We actually just learned the fact that we could make money off of those products that we sell. That's it. So when people talk about professional products and how they should be sold only by stylists, I'm like, actually, I didn't know that much about hair care products until I started Monat. I know a lot more about what ingredients should be in products now, how to use products, what to use to fix what. I've learned all of that through my experience with Monat. So when I have, you know, girls on my team that never ever did hair before, sometimes I learn from them. Okay, because their intentions are so strong with like learning what they have to sell, what they have to recommend, that they actually know more than most stylists that I'm around. Because it's true, a lot of stylists will have many products on their shelves and they sell many brands and many kinds, so they don't really have time to know every single thing about all the products that they're selling. So really, actually, for me, it's like, as a stylist, I would prefer sell a product that I know about, that I understand what's in it and what it does, instead of just saying I'm selling you this product because it's professional. I would rather be knowledgeable and be educated and share about products that I really truly use and love to my clients, because I want them to have a good experience. I would prefer selling a product based on what's in it, the results it gives, instead of just saying it's a professional product. You know, like, that's just me though. I know it's not like that. And I know I actually, in French, I did a video on that on my Instagram about like why, about just, is Monat products professional? And I got a lot of messages from stylists, but you guys, it's just true. And I simply ask, if people give me a hard time, like if my market partners come to me and they're like, this, my stylist is saying that, or, you know, my client said that her stylist doesn't want her to use the products because they're not professional. And I just simply ask them, okay, so if she knows so much about my products and the products that we care, we use, we love, we share about, if she knows so much about it, ask her, what is Rejuvenique oil? What's Capixel? What is it? And if they can't tell you what Rejuvenique oil is and the fact that it's infused in our products, if they have no idea about any of this, then they don't know a thing about your products. So they are not in a position to talk to you about the fact that certain products are professional and certain products are not, because they actually probably don't even know what's in the products that they use. So I never even entertained that question. When people tell me about or ask me if Monat is professional, I'm like, if you want to sit down and talk about the ingredients, I will tell you why those products are great for you and what they will do for you. And then we can just avoid the word professional, because it means nothing compared to what those products can do for you. That's pretty much it. So I hope this answers the question, but I have no idea who's after me because I only have my questions written down. So
that's me.
Okay.
Okay, so my question is, what happens if I work at a salon? Is it a conflict of interest to sell Monat? Well, this is a tough one. I actually work in a salon. So have you signed a non-compete clause? If so, you need to read over that. If not, I think that it's really important to have an honest conversation with your employer. If a salon is not carrying a product that is vegan and gluten-free and cruelty-free and sealed and naturally based and anti-aging, are you really competing? So yeah, it's about having a conversation, but I definitely wouldn't suggest ever talking to your clientele at the salon about Monat if that salon is not carrying Monat. That won't be allowed, or at least not while you're in the salon. And you could always sort of pivot and start with hair care and wellness, right? There's 3 different lines that you can sell with Monat. So I would start with maybe skincare or wellness, or just stick to your social and social media circles. That's what I would suggest. That's what I do. second question is, can you mix Monat with other products? Well, if you don't want to have the, all these girls have been telling you about all the, how our hair looks and stuff, you're not going to have the quality of the hair if you're mixing and matching. Monat is not scientifically tested to be used with other products. So you can, but if you are using Monat, the full system of shampoo, shampoo and conditioner, Monat is trying to work to get silicones and paraben waxes off your hair and your scalp. And by using other products, you could very well be putting those things back on your hair. So if you are going to layer with other products, I would suggest doing that with the styling aids and not the full system. So really, no, not really. I don't know who's next up. I think Molly G.
Hey, let's see. Hello, guys, again. Okay, so mine is how can Monat be incorporated into your salon? And so, you know, like we've said, we all work different ways behind the chair, and some of us are commission-based booth renters, salon owners like me. So, like I said in my introduction, I don't force any of my stylists to be a market partner. It is their choice. Some of them started immediately. Some of them, you know, came in along the way, and some are not market partners. But really, the only reason is because they just don't have time, you know, or don't want to make time for something else in their life, and that is fully supported by us. So what we do is we do have retail. The beauty of Monat is that you don't have to, like, there are no monthly requirements. You don't have to buy and stock your shelves and trade dollar for dollar, which is what I felt like we have always done with all the products that we've had in the past. And so we keep a small amount of inventory, and those stylists, especially if they're not market partners, they still have the ability to sell to their customers, and they still have the ability to make 10% commission off of those products. Now, I educate them all the time. If they become a market partner, or if they have someone in their chair, make sure they talk to them about that VIP program, because, you know, as a small business owner, you know, we cannot afford to offer lots of sales, take back inventory if it's been open, you know, and it's really hard to hold tight on our policies with that. So the beauty of it is that now we can offer our clients discounts, incentive programs, VIP, point system, the chance to return it. And at 29 days, if they're like, this one wasn't the right one for me, cool, let's return it. Let's get something else that you need. The chance to get free products, like this month is it's a full, one of the free items that they can get when they sign up is a full size bottle of micellar shampoo. So that's huge. And it's just another way of getting your clients to test out new products. So, excuse me. They can also, if those stylists were to sell at that VIP pricing, and they get 15% commission. If they're, they can get 15 to 30% commission. Sorry, I got like COVID brain. And whenever we have any pushback on those percentages, especially if they are their own booth renter and have their own inventory, you know, you got to think about it. You can just as easily sell retail just the way you normally do, make that 50% commission. A lot of times when I purchase in bulk, which means purchase plus discounting is added on. I get products at 55% off, free shipping. That's even more than normal. And a lot of times I'll shop when they have huge sales, and I can get products up to 80% off. So honestly, when you do the math, it's there just the same way, if not better. And sure, we don't have leaders, but we do have the chance to buy at such a huge discount. And we have a recycling program. So even if you're going through your bottles quicker, then you know that you're doing your part in helping the environment as well, right alongside of it. You know, the other thing that I want to touch on with using it in the salon, I have a really great relationship with my other sales rep. And, you know, she has told me in the past, like, oh, I'm going on this trip. Like, and it was all based on how much she sold with her company. I was like, man, that is amazing. Like, I wish I could go on a trip. And here I am. You know, I've been with the company for 2 years. I've been to Vegas. I'm going back to Vegas. I've been to Punta Cana, so out of the country. I'm heading to Miami next month. All of those things, all those perks, like we have the chance to get a company car the same way our sales rep have the chance to have a company car. And it's just so wonderful that you can have all of these perks and all the things that you work so hard on regardless in your business, and to be rewarded in so many different ways. So that's what I have to say about that. Next person.
So the question that I have is, I have used the products in the past and they didn't work for me. Why? So this question, I find I usually try to dig a little bit more for that person who's, usually saying that. There's a lot of different reasons that I've heard back, and it's usually they've only tried a sample, they've only washed their hair once or twice. There's a couple different reasons. So when you really delve into, did they try the product? Most of them really didn't give it a good try. As Danny kind of explained, earlier, there is that 90 days that we try to get our customers to adhere to. And again, it's because you're going to go through these processes. Month one, I had a really hard transition, much like Kayla. I had twins. I went through many years of IVF process. I had hormone issues with as far as thyroid. So all these things are going to act against you for your hair. And when you have a longer transition period, it's going to scare you. And, it's not like this for everybody, but, when you do have underlying conditions, these are things that are going to play a role in, your hair. So you can have that stickiness, the dry, itchy flakiness. So, when you only use a shampoo product, for 1 week, maybe even 2 weeks, you're not going to get the real feel for Monat. You need to give it that 90 days. You need to really stick it out. You need to, it needs to, again, remove all the buildup. It needs to actually penetrate. And then once you have, and you're through that, you're going to really see the big results with Monat. So again, what I've heard is, from a lot of my clients is, I've tried this, how did you try it? Well, I got a sample. Okay. Sample may not have been, first of all, the right fit. So, we're not all one size fits all for everybody. Again, a sample isn't going to give you the real feel. We're all creatures of habits. Women, we're so used to changing over our products, whether it's skincare, whether it's hair care, our perfumes, we like change. And it's because we've always had to swap those out because something wasn't good enough, right? It didn't cover all the bases. And I really find with Monat, it covers everything. If you give it the right chance. And, if you've got dry hair, you've got curly hair, we've got products for you, but you do got to stick it out and you have to get through those transition, phases. And I mean, the last part of it too is, a lot of people who tried it were in that 2018 range, 2019 range, when we did have some of the lawsuits going on. That scared a lot of people. And you know what? That's fair. But I'm telling you, if you haven't really given Monat a really good chance, I've seen it transform hair from the worst. Some of my clients sitting in my chair, I'm going to tell you right now that some of the worst hair I've ever seen, because they do come to me because they are trying to cover up an insecurity they do have. So, I've seen some of my clients transform from the fact that, I've told them if they don't fix their actual underlying hair issue, I'm not going to be able to put extensions in their hair. I'm going to be buying them a topper, or we're going to be color matching to do a wig. And that's the reality of what I see is, I have to analyze your scalp. I have to analyze your hair density and your texture. And I've turned people away because their hair is not good enough for extensions. And you need to fix your hair from the inside out. And it comes from products. You do need to invest. If you want to invest in your hair extensions, you need to invest in your good quality shampoos. So, that kind of covers off why I think it doesn't work for people, is they don't give it a really good go. They don't go through that full transition. I try to be pretty transparent with my clients. Listen, you may have a rough go. I had a rough go. I've had clients who haven't, they use it seamlessly and they love their hair within like 3 washes. But again, if you've got any underlying hair issues, health concerns, you're going to see some of these issues arise. And it's not because of the shampoo, it's because it's really coming to surface what might be going on with your own body, and your hair is the telltale on that. And then the last question that we have here to close out the panel is Monat safe for extensions? Absolutely. I've had people come in, I've got a lot of people that's walked in to come have their hair done, and their hair is basically on their last leg. And when they start switching over to, Monat, I've seen extensions come back to life. The hair is different texture and quality from yourself. So, what you might be using on your own hair might not be the good fit for the extensions, and vice versa. And I've seen this. And, as a hairstylist that specializes in extensions, the one thing we've done from day one, and we're taught, is use oil on your extensions. And we're talking a heavy siliconed oil. And it's because you're trying to basically mask the dryness in these extensions. So when I have my clients transform and transition to Monat, this is the exact opposite I tell them, is do not use a heavy argan oil or anything that has silicones, because you're basically undoing everything that Monat is doing for your extensions. Now I have some clients that aren't on Monat, and you know what? Please use that heavy oil, because it's the only thing that's going to save you, because your products aren't giving you exactly what you need to fix your your dryness or whatever it is. I've seen, like I said, extensions come to life and last anywhere from 4 to 6 months longer than they should have, just by using something that's actually physically hydrating the actual extension itself. So I think that's back to you there, Courtney.
Awesome. That's amazing. You guys, honestly, it was just so much information. It was just like training for any market partner that will have that's on, and anybody that can see this for after, for potentials, for just kind of re-educating ourselves here too, right? And really driving home just what we're doing and why we're doing it, because it's so much more than just a a business to all of us, because you don't join this to just get in here, do the grind and make money. It's literally you have to have your heart in this, and you have to want to help people, and that's what we are all here doing. So thank you all so much. Thank you for the guests for joining us. And I'm just going to kind of add the 3 ways that you can join if you are interested in Monat. So as Molly G had kind of mentioned the 3 ways, we'll just kind of break them down really easily right here. So there's the retail customer. This one, you pay retail price and you pay for your shipping. You can tap into something called a purchase plus discount, which is anywhere between 15 to 25% off. However, your best way to save is as a VIP customer. So that one is where you're going to get all the perks. It is a one-time only $24.95 fee. Or $19.99 if you're in the States. And you're going to get that purchase plus discount of the 15 to 25% off, on top of 15% off of all of your products. Plus, you can now access what are called flash sales, where Monat gives us even more incredible value, so that as sharing as a market partner, we get to give our customers even more incredible value. But also from a customer standpoint, you get to tap into incredible savings and to be able to try new products as you go. You also get free shipping on orders of over $110. I think it's $90 in the States. Yeah, also you get your only for you exclusive products when you join. And then also we have an incredible flagship program that is not an auto ship, just allows you very flexible purchasing to get another really incredible deal and get freebies as well. And then there's the market partners. So that is what, all of these stylists are on here as well as myself. And it's an incredible opportunity to literally not only impact your own, family life yourself. It's literally, I say it's like a personal development company that sells shampoo as well as wellness, hair, skincare, and we're just breaking barriers all across the board and creating impact. And yeah, this one you have 30% off. You start with a product pack and you have your entire business laid out in front of you, from your website to your whole back office, full of anything and everything you could possibly imagine for information and education on all of the products and the your whole business. Also, you're now going to earn commissions, and there's 10 different ways to join. Whoever has sent you here, you can always ask them for a lot more information on that, because there is a lot. You can earn just, based on your customers, or you can build a big, beautiful team and do big, beautiful things together, like trips and earn cars and all that fun, amazing stuff. So I hope that was helpful, and thank you all again for joining, and have a great night.